But now let's bring in the economics correspondent at The Australian, Matthew Cranston. Matt, good to see you. Now, Trump has announced a massive 200% import tax on foreign pharmaceutical goods, also on copper. You've written an interesting piece in the Oz today that the chairman of the country's biggest drugs manufacturer in Australia says that the White House's concerns over the PBS are not actually unreasonable. And you're quoting the CSL chairman, Brian McNamee. He urged the Albanese government to make the PBS more efficient and allow innovative American drugs into Australia faster. Matthew, talk us through the issues here and how Albanese could give a little during the negotiations on this point.
Yeah, so Brian was making the point that higher tariffs are going to be a problem for CSL, but he's thinking more broadly about the strategy, which is that if you just give a little and take a little on this, you could actually have a negotiation with Trump and find that he drops the tariff just with something small, like, for example, accelerating the PBS, Pharmaceutical Benefit Scheme, to approve drugs from America faster, not giving away any of the integrity, but just improving it. And also just maybe thinking about the pricing mechanism on this as well. And his point was that for decades, the Americans have invested massively in drugs and got the innovation, and all these other countries have benefited from it. So it's sort of like a little bit like defence. A lot of countries benefit from America's investment in defence technology and its defence, and maybe it's the same with pharmaceuticals as well.
Matt, you were the first to start reporting on the unrealised capital gains tax plans, which no one seemed to know that was an actual plan of the Albanese government when you were reporting on it. You've today reported in The Australian that the Treasurer is seeking special powers that would allow him to net more people with his planned super tax hike without parliamentary approval. You're saying it's a little-known clause in his bill to tax the unrealised capital gains of high-value funds. And you've actually said it's known as the Henry VIII clause. Tell us what the plan is.
Well, yeah, this is amazing. I couldn't believe that this hadn't been touched on in the last 3 years. But I got a little tip-off that someone would challenge this super tax plan in court. They would try and challenge it legally, and part of it could be unconstitutional. So I went to some of Australia's top constitutional lawyers, and they both said, yeah, well, this is what's called a Henry VIII clause. Basically, Sharri, it's just they pass an act of parliament, and then after they've passed it, the Treasurer can then go and tinker or change some of the parameters on the super tax afterwards without further parliamentary approval. So it's like amazing that this can actually happen. I must say the Treasurer has defended this by saying, well, look, this is standard. This is pretty much what Liberal governments did with some legislation before me. But the thing is, these constitutional lawyers are saying, well, no, actually, the wording's very different and it allows you for wider powers afterwards. So this is really important because obviously Labor is trying to introduce an unrealised capital gains tax, which is just a tax on the appreciation of any of your assets before you've sold it. And it starts at 3 million, but he can change that to make it 2 million or something else, and that could net far more people in it. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think that there could be some legal challenges coming for that one.
No, fascinating and amazing reporting as always, Matt. Thank you very much for joining us.